Hi Virgo, welcome to your What Does Spirit Want You to Know reading for the month of November. This is a general reading and a collective reading, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. If it does not resonate with you, check out your moon and rising signs. If you're still not finding what you're looking for, check out another reader. This is what I do know. If you have a question, Spirit wants you to have the answer, so you can go to them for guidance too on where to look. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for my Virgo friends. I thank you, God, that they look to you for guidance, and I thank you that you give us tarot as a tool to understand and navigate the energies that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. Thank you for showing us as we walk through this Celtic cross what your special message is for Virgo for the month of November. We thank you for clear and concise messages, validation and confirmation, clarification, and love, light, and prosperity. Show us. What is your message for Virgo? Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Current energy, temptation. What's crossing you? The Nine of Air. The seat of the issue or the underlying issue is the Eight of Earth. The recent past is the Ten of Earth. The crowning energy is the Two of Water. The near future is the Five of Fire. Your attitude toward all of this is the Three of Fire. Your outside influence is the Four of Fire. What is going on with you, Virgo? Okay. Your hopes and fears is the Eight of Water. And your outcome is Queen of Air. Spirit's got jokes, that's all I can say. Okay. We're starting out with your current energy is temptation. So, I feel like what this is saying is that you either have recently overcome some addictions or let go of some earthly attachments, or you're struggling with that right now. This is not about just addictions. This can be about self-sabotaging thoughts. This can be about allowing other people's ideas to mess with your mind. It can be about anything. Holding on to something that it's really time to let go of. For instance, a relationship or a job that needs to be let go of, or a friend. You know, anything that is in this earthly realm. It's about being here and struggling with something and having a little bit of a time to overcome it, or having just overcome it, one or the other. Because I love this card. See, there's a heart in the middle of there. So I feel like it's got something to do with the relationship, and the only reason I say that is I don't. It's like I'm being drawn to the heart. So I feel like it has something to do with the relationship. Perhaps that you've decided to let the relationship go, or let the memories of the relationship go, or something. You've decided to let something go. What's crossing you is the Nine of Air. So this is why I'm saying you've made a decision about letting something go, because in the traditional tarot, the Nine of Swords is about worrying a lot about what are you going to do. It's like worries that keep you up at night. But the depiction on this card is you've gotten past the worries. You've resolved it within your mind, and you understand that it's just not serving you anymore. And this doesn't have to be a love relationship. This can be a friendship. It can be a relationship with a company at work, you know, somebody that you work for. It doesn't mean a person, a love romantic relationship necessarily. But whatever it is, you've reconciled in your mind why you don't need to keep worrying about it, why you don't need to keep hanging on to it and all that stuff. And you've decided to let it go. You've decided to rise above it all. So your underlying energy, what right here is the Eight of Earth. So I feel like you've done some studying or some real deep inner work, Virgo. You've been in a place for some time where you've done some deep inner work, and the result of that has caused you to make this decision about moving on from this that doesn't serve you anymore. And that's why you're in that. That's that's your current energy, that you're moving on from it. And I said it. I feel like it could be a relationship because of the heart. So, and it could be a romantic relationship, but I don't feel like it has to. I just feel like the heart was pointed out to me because we all human beings have hearts and relationships. Hearts have to do with relationships. You know what I'm saying? This right here is a lot of inner work that you've done. This is what has helped you to overcome these worries, that you've put them to rest finally. And because a crossing card can be a bump forward or a motion backward, right? I feel like in this case it's a bump forward because of this inner work, because of the revelations you've had about yourself and the reconciliation you've come to within yourself. The Ten of Earth is your recent past. It's like maybe you just recently got a new job. Maybe you recently inherited some money. Because it is the Ten of Earth, and this is a general reading, I feel like I have to read it as if it's about money. It's like you're here, you've got the resources you need, and now you're ready to move forward or something like that. But it's in your recent past. So, and the Ten of Pentacles is about generational wealth and legacy type wealth. Now, let's say this. Let me just go here because they're telling me to say this. It could have nothing at all to do with money. It could have to do with just the earthly, again, the relationships, the earthly understanding of your value. It could have to do with breaking some kind of generational curse where you have felt that you were doomed or whatever. But this is about a feeling of abundance. That's what it's about, a feeling of abundance within you. You suddenly had this feeling of abundance, like a newfound hope for your future. And then there's a lot of passion right here. So, this could very well have to do with a romantic relationship, but it does not have to be. I'm just saying. This card can be read both ways, and I'm going to read it both ways. It's your crowning energy. So I feel like it could be you saying, okay, I know this person. This is my soulmate. This is who I've been after. This isn't you, though. This is your higher self. So if you're feeling that, it's like messages from your higher self that this is it. This is the person. This is a much different kind of relationship than I've ever been in. We're both independent in who we are. We don't have to be attached to each other's hip, though that's fun too sometimes. But we don't have to be. I'm my person, they're their person, and we can cohabitate and coexist, loving each other and moving forward without the neediness within a relationship. It's much more mature and solid than anything you've ever known. The other way that I read it is that you come into yourself, where you meet yourself. This is the Two of Water, which is the same as the Two of Cups, which is, a lot of people look at it as the soulmate card, right? And sometimes when I'm looking at it, depending on the reading, and with this reading, it's not necessarily, it's not necessarily a romantic reading, except that maybe Spirit's trying to confirm for you that yes, you're on the right path with this idea that you have about this relationship. So because there's some passion here. So, but if it's not a relationship, if it's just you, then this is about you meeting you, where you, it's one thing to know yourself, but when you meet yourself, like whenever you know that you no longer have resentful feelings towards somebody, for example, you just know that. But then you meet them and you respond in such a mature adult loving way that you know that whatever happened you no longer react to it. It's like you meet yourself and you're like, wow, theoretically I knew I was over it. Theoretically I understood that I had done a lot of inner work, but now I've met myself because I have run into this person or this incident, and I really understand from deep within that this is real for me. I've gone to a different level in my growth. So it could be either or. Again, I'm seeing quite a bit of passion in here. So your near future is 5 of Fire, which is the same as the 5 of Wands, except that in the 5 of Wands, this is about different people having opinions, very passionate opinions about what they think you should do with your life. Kind of like, and it used to bother you, right? But you've overcome that. Well, you're going to overcome this too, because this is you staying very connected with your guides. And you've realized, again, you've met yourself, right? Because you did all this work. And you understand now that the person who knows best for your life is you, right? It's you and your guides and how you communicate with them. Nobody can understand your life the way you can, and nobody can understand your deepest desires the way you can. And you've come to this understanding for yourself, and so you're in touch with your guides. This is the near future, and you take steps inspired by them. Okay. 3 of Fire is your attitude toward all this. It's like Virgo. You're saying, I don't know where this is taking me. I have no clue where this is taking me. But I feel it, and I'm going to trust it. Look, no hands on the wheel. This ship, the 3 of Wands in the traditional tarot is about a person standing on the shore waiting for their ship to come in. You're in that ship, baby, and you're ready to go. But you don't know where it's taking you because there's no steering wheel for you to guide it. But you know that it's being guided by, see that little golden antenna that's got all the little sparkles around it? See all those little sparkles right there? It's like those little sparkles, or it's like a satellite is taking you where you need to go, and you're trusting it. You're just going to trust it and go. That's the feeling that I get with this. That's your attitude. You're just going to trust your gut and go. Outside influence is the 4 of Fire. So in a love reading and with a traditional tarot, this is the twin flame, bliss card, all that stuff. But this is an outside influence, and it's called 4 of Fire, not 4 of Wands. And there's only one person there, and that person is in bliss. They're sitting on a very solid foundation. That rock is very solid. They don't have to worry about slipping off. And again, there are those same lights, right? Those same 4 lights. It's like those your guides are directing you right now. You're listening to your intuition. You are tapped into your third eye, the downloads that you get, however it is you communicate with spirit, you are tapped in and listening, and you're at peace about it. It's like you've given up the control and you're letting them guide you, and that's exactly what they're doing. Your hopes and fears is you want to move on to smoother waters. Well, this is not the smoother waters card. This is the moving on card. In the traditional tarot, it's the 8 of Cups, where they are leaving 8 cups behind. They've had an emotionally fulfilling life. They've had it's been good, but it's no longer that way. They're looking for those two cups, and whether that's a certain person or themselves, they're ready to move on to that part of their life. And with the Eight of Water, it's like he's not worried about that ship. He's not. It's like his whole life is just not like it was anymore. The things that used to be important just aren't important. He's looking for that treasure, that emotional fulfillment, and that's what he wants to move toward. The only thing is, the fear is that he might lose some relationships along the way. But because he's gotten to this place, I feel like he's going to move on anyway. And this is not gender specific. So your outcome is the Queen of Air. So Virgo, if this is speaking to you about a relationship, perhaps you're in looking at or in a relationship with an Aquarius. But if it's speaking to you about you, then what I'm feeling is all of this work that you've done, right? The inner work to help release all the pain, to overcome this worry, these attachments to things that no longer serve you. All of that work that you've done and that you're continuing to do brings you into the wise Queen of Air. Again, not gender specific. This is just about the energies of this person. The Queen of Air is very no nonsense. She doesn't get attached emotionally, which is what it looks like you've been working on. She is emotionally intelligent, but she does not make decisions based on her emotions. And she's wise. Look at that owl right there. She's real wise. No fluff. Don't bring her any fluff, because fluff doesn't move her one way or another. She wants to stick to the facts. She wants to, she's probably got dry humor. You know what I'm saying? She's just smart and just does what needs to be done and moves forward. And it's about her mind. She's disciplined with her thoughts. She sticks to the facts. And she is very wise and moves forward. So, moving forward or moving on. And that's where you've gotten. So I feel like Spirit's saying that they're watching you. They've been watching you. And they're wanting to encourage you that you're on the right path. That this is absolutely going where you want it to go. And again, if that's a relationship or if that's you, even though it's not your card, it's not the earth sign card, the earth queen, it's still a queen, so it's still like you're getting wisdom, you're getting to the place of wisdom. Okay, Virgo, we're going to get the oracle message that goes along with this. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, I thank you for this message. And now we're looking for the oracle message. We thank you for clear and concise messages, clarification, confirmation, and validation, and we thank you for love, light, and prosperity. Show us the oracle message that goes with this reading for our Virgo friends. Moonlight. It's a beautiful card. And look, there's that owl right there. The same owl that's right here. Right there, inside the moon. Okay, so let's see what it says. The oracle message. Your intuition allows you to see beyond the mundane, logical, and analytical. So follow it. Moonlight beckons. Come and trust your intuition to lead you into places that may not seem logical. Your hunches will be right on target. Resist second-guessing yourself, for your alternative perception is especially sharp right now. You can see beyond the surface of things and truly read between the lines. This is a good time to use oracle cards or other systems of divination to gain information. Remember that the language of intuition is a symbolic one. It comes subtly through a hunch, a tingling, a clear sound, or an animal or object crossing your path. Spirit is sending you messages to help you now. Success is yours if you follow the signs. So Virgo, that's quite exciting because that's basically what this is about. You've gone within and done some work, and you've been following your worth. It's like the inner work that you've done, and you're tapped in, and it's about inspiration and passion. And again, whether it's about a relationship for you, or for others, it could just be about you meeting yourself. Either way, beautiful reading. Spirit looks like Spirit's got your back, and they're encouraging you to continue to follow your intuition. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for my Virgo friends, and I thank you for the message on the table. Please show us the PS as it relates to Virgo. Please show us the PS as it relates to Virgo. Again, that moon, follow your intuition. You know, it's kind of like this card right here. It's like you have no clue where it's taking you. But whenever you follow your intuition, all you know is the next step, the next right step for you, what feels right next. And that's what they're encouraging you to do, is take that next right step. It looks like you've been through a lot, Virgo. But what I love about this is this guy is he's not defeated. You know, he's going to continue to move on with his life. And whatever he's learned from all these other wands, he's bringing that wisdom with him. It's like whenever he went into this inner work, this work, figuring out who he was and what his value was and stuff like that. It's like whenever he did that, he suddenly realized what all this was about. So he's a whole different person today than he was. There were things in his past that he doesn't worry about anymore. It's like his whole attitude has shifted about what's important to him. And there's that Queen of Swords again. So let me tell you, if this is about a soulmate kind of relationship, please let me know if it's an Aquarius that you're working with. The other thing is, if it's not, then this is just confirmation that, because there she is again twice, that this is about you coming into your true power, that you're no longer going to put up with things that don't serve you. See, in this one we have the sword, so it's reminding me, she cuts away the bull crap. She cuts away the stuff that doesn't work for her anymore, because she has realized that life, what was important to her 5 years ago or 10 years ago, is no longer important to her. There's other things that are important to her. And she's emotionally intelligent, but she doesn't let her emotions rule her. She's more fact-based, more intellectually motivated, things like that. So yeah, Virgo, I can't wait to hear how this resonates in the comments. Please let me know. And until I see you next time, have a super duper day. Bye.